Hey everybody, my name is Ron Hall with ranchoarts, and welcome to another art tutorial by ranchoarts. Today we're going to be talking about a painter that is one of my favorite artists, and I really love his style and use of words, um, poetry, his graffiti-like images, and that is Jean-Michel Basquiat. And I first learned about Basquiat in a documentary that was on Netflix. I just kind of came through um, and found out about him, and just started learning more and more, and just loved his style and his humble beginnings. So Basquiat was in a graffiti group called Samo, which stands for Samo Samo or Samo You Know What, and they use images and words that were all around Lower Manhattan, and this was way before Banksy, known in the UK, was Basquiat, and he started getting more and more known for his art, his images, his words, and found himself in galleries. And a couple years ago, a 1982 painting that he did, Untitled, of a skull went for $110.2 million. So that is the highest American artist um, piece ever sold. And we're going to be talking about his art. He is known as both a graffiti artist and neo-expressionist, which is kind of like New Fauve. They broke away from minimalism and brought back figurative images, and they're known for their rough handling of the materials, very raw look. Some of the people or figurative images they created were a little more abstract and kind of really rough and violently depicted. And so here's a couple pieces that I've done recently that are Basquiat inspired, both with the current pandemic that's going on. This one is called Bored to Death, and it talks about the different things of people wanting to get back to coffee, haircut, their personal freedom. And I have different things. Basquiat was known for marking things out to draw emphasis, and so I've got some lines through some words, different things that I did on that piece. The other piece I did is called Don't Cough on Me, and this one is an image of a person very rough. I've got coughed marked out several times, and that really kind of really brings the message across. And so Basquiat used a lot of different colors. He went over things over and over. I would say he was intuitive, but also not. He used to read a lot of books right before he went to work, and he'd have magazines and books out while he was working. He'd have a TV going. His favorite music was bebop music, and he'd have that playing. So a lot of stimulus going on as he created that inspired him. And so part intuitive, and then part his knowledge of biology, history, and politics and social things of that nature. So I'll tell you a little bit more about him in a sec. All right, this is a work by Basquiat, and you can see he's got a lot of things going on. He was hit by a car at a very young age, and his mom gave him a copy of Grey's Anatomy while he was recovering in the hospital, and so he learned all about the human body. And so here he talks about the heart pumping, and he gets into social issues of a coin that says liberty, and he's got it crossed out. And so it draws emphasis to the word. A lot of different things going on, a lot of different colors, and you can tell that he's gone over stuff and kind of created as he went. And so it kind of started off in the late 1970s in Manhattan, when the music scene and a lot of things were going on. He was actually in a Blondie video called Rapture, And it's said that Deborah Harry of Blondie bought Basquiat's first painting for like $200, and so all very interesting. He kind of came up in a very, I guess you'd call it, Renaissance type time in New York City, and the art market was booming, and they loved Basquiat, and it just went from there. Fortunately, he passed away at 27, a very young age, but his work is sought after and getting more popular as time goes on. And so we'll kind of work on a Basquiat piece today, and hopefully you can kind of create your own type of artwork inspired by his. All right, let's take a look at some of the supplies that I'm going to use, and you can use a variation of these or things that you want to create with. I've got paper towel for blotting our paint or dragging paint. Got pretty inexpensive acrylic paint of various colors. Spray paint, that I'll talk about in a second. Indoor house paint. These are just samples of various colors. Oil pastels for kind of highlighting shapes or writing things out. Various brushes, flat and round. Masking artist tape that I'll talk about with the spray paint, and then whatever canvases. Like I said, Basquiat used whatever he had available. He wasn't always a successful artist, so from the beginning and throughout, he kind of liked to use what he found around him. It could be a house door, an old window. He would have stretch canvases, and then just rolls of canvas that he would kind of do makeshift stretch canvases with sticks and other things that he would create with. He worked on paper, wood, all kinds of things, and so very creative in that regard. All right, as far as kind of masking our stretch canvas today, I usually go with paper and then use the artist tape to kind of go through the edges, and that will allow me to use the black spray paint to kind of create a clean edge. So those are some of the things that I'm going to use today, and feel free to use various things and be creative around your house. Okay, well, I've got my canvas all situated here, and Basquiat liked to put colors down and then kind of create as he went, and I think I'm going to start off with some yellow. What I'm going to do, I just want to show you, I put some yellow acrylic paint, and I'm going to thin this out with water. One, I want it to go on smooth for my first coat, and two, I want it to kind of last a little bit longer, so I want to create more by adding water. And I'll do that, and I'll put down the first coat. Okay, I've got some basic yellow down, and it's not super pretty, but that's not what I'm going for. I'm going to put some top on. I'm going to use kind of a turquoise coloration, and this is going to be latex, so definitely going mixed media on this. And if there's any yellow that I want to kind of get a better cover, I can go over with a more of a drier coating of the yellow, and that was acrylic that I did, so we'll see how the turquoise goes. Okay, I've got my turquoise and yellow, and for some reason I think I'm going to go with kind of a cityscape in the background, so I've got some more of a navy blue and a black, and I'll start creating some buildings. I'm using kind of a sponge kind of brush, and I really like the way the turquoise went on with it, so if I do decide to put another coat of yellow before I get into any of the forefront theme that I got going on here, then I'll probably use that. But alright, I'm going to go blue and black with some buildings. Alright, I've got some basic black buildings. While I waited for that to dry, I went over the yellow with a sponge brush just to kind of get a little better coverage. Half of this is going to get recovered over anyway, so there we go. So I'm going to put in some blue buildings and just kind of keep playing with it. Alright, it's got some blue in there now, and kind of made a mess as I went on purpose. So again, I want this just to be
pretty intuitive, just going with it, and using the sponge brush I'm finding allows me to create more of a really rough, very childlike look about it, and that's kind of what I'm going for. I don't want it to be 100% mature or representational. I want you to tell what it is, but be pretty rough and raw, and that's what I'm going for here. Alright, I have thrown in some windows in the buildings and went over some areas with white. I'm just kind of going with it, and it's not to say that I won't go over it again. So the whole key is just going with what you feel at the time and just creating as you go. I've got some acrylic paint that I've thinned out and put in a salsa container and a round brush. I'll start creating some characters from my cityscape here and see what I come up with. Again, just going with it. I put in some jazz cats in our city. They're currently black. I might redo some in blue just to kind of add some variations, and we'll see how that goes. I might go different colors on some of them, so I will skip the update on the next one and just show you what I come up with. I went in with some different colorations on the cats. I actually got rid of a cat completely and just went black. I might turn that into a building or a jazz club. Put in some instruments and just went in with some different colors. So just keep moving and just see where it goes. Alright, I've got a cityscape, I've got some cats, and I'm going to start using some oil pastels just to kind of draw some definition in, giving them a little more character, maybe writing some words that I feel like I want to write, and we'll see how this all progresses. And the oil pastels, I just started going crazy and drawing things, so everything that's new from the last update is pretty much just all oil pastels of various colors. I outlined all the cats and kind of gave them some characterizations, kind of detailed out their horns, wrote some different things about jazz club and just some sayings about 9 lives, some jazz icons of Miles, Dizzy, Bird, and Monk. Little sayings like go cat go and hip cat and play your horn cat. So it's just kind of a little cityscape with some jazz cats. Alright, well this is our finished piece. I called it Jazz Cats. Yay! And so what I did, just to kind of recap, used various colors to paint as I went and took away, added. I created my main theme characters, first with black, and then I went over with blue. Again, painting over and creating as I went. I used the oil pastels to highlight an outline of buildings and our cats and their instruments and various things. I also created a moon, highlighted the windows, letters of significant things that I wanted to talk about, like the jazz icons of Miles Davis and Charlie Parker, who was the Bird. And that's what Birdland is, a club in that has a lot of jazz history, different sayings and things like that. So that is my Basquiat Jazz Cat painting that I did, very Basquiat inspired, but you can create things that mean something to you, that are iconic people, places, history, politics, different things that you want to talk about. So it's not just the artwork, it's the words and poetry and things of significance that mean something to you. And again, lining out through a word isn't necessarily taking away that word, it's kind of magnifying that word. Really, people will draw their eye to marks or something that's scratched out, like, hey, what was going on here? So kind of a secret message underneath. So I enjoyed doing this, and hopefully you guys are staying well, staying safe, and take care, and stay creative.